So I've got a story about the leadership styles piece and our skill will matrix, which is based on the original ideas of situational leadership as written up by Hersey and Blanchard. Bottom left, direct, supervise, going up into coaching and guiding, moving over to delegating and empowering as the skill level increases, and then down to high skill but low will, engaging and exciting. And the example is I trained as a cook when I was younger, and an English cook, which is an oxymoron, like military intelligence or Austrian football. Is that politically correct? We can go there, can't we? Yeah. Or English cooking, or Romanians who make money out of vampires.
Very stereotypical, Tim.
It is a bit stereotypical. And I got a job in Switzerland. My sous chef came up to me and he said, "Tim, chop an onion for me." So I chopped an onion. I said, "I can do this." I'd been at hotel school for 2 years. And he said, "No, you don't do it like that. You do it like this." I said, "Are you serious? You're teaching me how to chop an onion?" Any guesses how you chop an onion, Mike?
I'm English as well, Tim.
Well,
no idea.
You'll be interested then. You get the onion here. I've got a nice mouse onion here. And he showed us how to first cut your fingernails and then get a really sharp knife. And then you would take the fingers slowly across the onion like that. And with the knife, you'd be aiming for your fingernails. You'd be going chuck, 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 trying to scrape the side of your fingernails. And as your fingers move back, the knife slice gets finer and finer and finer and finer. Until you finally end up with a macédoine, a very small cut of onion. And he also showed us how to do it next to a running tap. So the tap would be running a very, very thin stream of water. So you chop your onions next to the tap. And it takes away all of the stuff that makes you cry. 5 minutes after Jean-Paul showing me how to chop an onion, I was all of a sudden, a lot better than I was. And then he said, "So, Tim, here's a 20-kilo sack of onions. Have fun." And that was my job. So that was direct supervision, being shown how to do stuff. And, this is how you do it. This is how I want it done. This is the quality that I need from you. This is do it. Let me see. Feedback. And a very direct and supervisory method, because my skill level was low. Even though I thought it was higher than it was quite low. Then he moved on to garlic and broccoli and cauliflower and leek and all of the vegetables. And we went through the same process for each and every vegetable until I got all of the vegetables. At some stage, she says, "Okay, now we need to make vegetable stock. How do you think it works?" And so something changed. Yeah, he asked me a question. He didn't just force me to do stuff. He said, "How do you think this works?" And so I gave him my opinion, and then he corrected it or not. And we started moving through the simple vegetable dishes. And this time, before each vegetable dish, he'd say, "Look, this is what we're going to do. This is what our target is. How do you think this works? How would you do this?" And which means his whole style changed. He went into more of a coaching and guiding style and really coaching with questions. About 6 weeks into this, a fateful day came when I was left alone with the vegetable station, and I had to do all of the vegetables. And this time he said, "Okay, here's all of the vegetables we need to do tonight. Yeah. Tell me your plan about how you're going to make sure that each of these vegetable dishes hits the table or hits the counter at the same time so the waiters can take it out." And so I had about 8 different vegetable dishes to produce and had to create a plan of how to do that. And essentially he said, "Tim, you've got it, go for it." And this was the first time that delegation and empowerment actually happened. I never got to the engage and excite area, which is good because I was always, highly motivated and the skill level was up there as well. But the level of motivation never dropped. The engage and excited area is where the actual level of motivation and desire drops. And then you need to start thinking of different ways of engaging with people and different ways of leading them as well. So at the end of all of that, the vegetables were over, and then we moved on to the fish. That was really bad. I had a bucket of 500 fish. I had to scrape them all, get all of and then I had to gut them all and take the guts out and chuck them in a bucket. So for 3 months, I stank of fish. I was 19 years old. I had 2 or 3 things in my brain, and not one of them was fish. Anyway, that's a story for another time and a different model.